Oh yeah, sexy biscuits. Nice.
Long boys blues, 1975. YouTubers on the rise, reviewing games late at night and sometimes friends. But Long boys blues, 1975.
Welcome back to another 10 great ZX Spectrum arcade conversions. This is probably my third or fourth in this series of videos, and the reason I'm doing another one of these is I've only just scratched the surface of the number of great arcade conversions on the Sinclair ZX Spectrum. If you did not grow up with the Spectrum, then you probably won't understand that just because it was such a, underpowered machine, how many arcade conversions there were on it, starting a couple of years into its life and going right up to the end, because we all loved and longed for the arcades back in the day, and to have these games come out on a ZX Spectrum, be able to play them at home and not, rape your pockets full of your pocket money, was something very, very special. And while, as I said, the machine was underpowered graphically, more often than not, it really could deliver the home experience of these great arcade machines. So this is the first one. It's Modland. It was released by Outrun in 1991, and it's based on an arcade machine by Echo that was released in 1990. You play one of two fairies, or two players simultaneous, and you have to rescue your mum who's been kidnapped. Now it's like Bubble Bubble, but unlike sort of Bubble Bubble and other games like that, you have no jump. You have a series of ladders to go up and down. It lacks the background graphics of the arcade, as you would expect, but the actual sprites themselves are really, really well defined and look awesome. It's got great 1 to 8K music, and basically clear the screen of monsters by stunning them and then slapping them around. You can clear the plants for a bonus. You've got sort of your standard Bubble Bobble type screens, and you've also got sort of tunnel sections. Right, let's get into it. 3 define controls. I do know this. 4 define controls. It won't let me have my keys of choice. Some keys are off. So Q up, A down, I left, O right, B far, that's awkward, and Z pause. The music's on the smallest loop ever. But look, seriously, this game has just got a massive amount of charm to it, and I absolutely love it. But I'm shit at it. But that doesn't stop these being great arcade conversions, one player. Now you've got your sort of cutscene story thing going on. Help! That's her being kidnapped, in case you didn't realise. Do I have to press? No, I don't have to press fire. Mom, unless she's not your mom, that's just another name for a fairy. I don't know. She's kidnapped by a monster, a non-specific monster, and taken to the top of Maboot's Tower. Well, there you go. That's your monster. I love the fact that they still put the scenes in from the arcade. So they're at the bottom. Monochromic, yes. Well-defined sprites, brilliant. And there's my stun device. Takes a little bit of getting used to. I've watched people play it, and they can play it a lot better than I. Oh, press up in fire. And then you've got a ladder, which you can go up. But obviously you can only make a certain number of ladders. Go down in fire. There you go, twatty twatty. And you can create a ladder going down. You don't want these bastards to bunch up on you, but it's supremely playable. It looks really, really nice. In-game music would have been nice, but hey. So yeah, standard clear the screen. Obviously it took inspiration from many other great games back at the time, but simplicity is key, and you do get power-ups there. So you should probably clear the screen of these objects. But what can I say? Oh shit, that's the problem. That's the boom! That's the mechanic issue, which is because you slap them around like that, it often leaves you facing the wrong direction. But that's good, because that's the point of it. It's a game of skill, otherwise it would be crap. But the point being, it looks great, it sounds great, and it plays really well. Came out on absolutely everything, but the purpose of this video is to show you it on the ZX Spectrum. So yeah, I mean, if you played any of these games back in the day, I'd love to know what you think. Ooh. Woo! Yoink! Oh, I miss the 80s. Right, anyway, on to the next game, methinks. This is Dragon Ninja. It was released in the arcades by Data East in 1988 and ported to the Spectrum and all the other usual suspects in this country in 1989 by Imagine. In the original arcade machine, you play 1 or 2 simultaneous brothers or bad dudes, because it was called Bad Dudes versus Dragon Ninja in the rest of the world. But in Japan, it was called Dragon Ninja, and the version I always played in that arcade in Westwood Ho was also called Dragon Ninja. But anyway, you play 1 or 2 simultaneous bad dudes, because it's really 90s, and you got chinos and wife beaters on, and you have to fight notorious Dragon Ninja clan. I forget the reason, but I'm pretty sure it's because they stole your bird. I like the great 128K music. Now, I loved this game back in the day in the arcades. I thought it was absolutely fantastic. So that's why it's in this list, because I love it. Oh, that's not very nice, is it? Down, up, right, left. Got to mix the keys up again. But yeah, I love it because I just wanted to play it at home. And that's the point of these videos, because they're not going to look like the arcade kind of pieces. It's what your brain filled in. But it's whether or not it was a decent enough reflection or a spiritual homage, I guess, to it. Let's go. Kick, kick, kick. Now, apparently there's only sound when they fight me. Now, don't let the visuals put you off. It's Dragon Ninja. And I loved this back in the day. It got decent reviews and everything. Again, that's the purpose of these videos, to show people how many arcade games made it to these systems. But you kind of, if you grow up with the Spectrum, then your brain, it really did fill in the gaps. That's why these arcade conversions are great. Now, it's a 2-tier system, kind of like Shinobi. And yeah, so it does have everything from the arcade in watered down specky form, including balls hard difficulty, much like my inability to speak. I'd love to know, though, just a random fact, that, you know, all these sort of ninja clans and stuff, they're better equipped and better armed, or number-wise, than the army. Right. Down and punch seems to be the future. But yeah, all the levels are in here, albeit in a monochromic form, or as I like to say it, monochromic greatness. That's the greatest, weirdest, most awkward, but fantastic flying kick I've ever seen. And it's quite effective, too. Right, now, do we bump into the mid-stage boss in a minute? You're a mid-stage boss. See, maybe it's just me. I still think these graphics look great. And you've only got to compare it to Double Dragon to know that, especially look at him, this is good. Now, there is mid-stage boss, Karna. Oh, shit. Bear that in mind. But yeah, look at him. Big sprites, detailed sprites. Well, Specky was always good at that. Punch, punch, punch. Oh, burning hair. Oh, he's got his energy. Oh, I got my energy. I loved this game back in the day. To me, that was an awkward click. It looked just like the arcade machine. I sank so much of my time into it. Anyway, on to the next game, methinks. Come here, I want to try you. Yay! This is Karna, released on the Spectrum by Electric Dreams in 1987. You play the main character, Karnofsky, or Karnoff for short, because apparently Karnofsky's too much of a mouthful, and it's 9 stages in which you have to fight various monsters to gain the ultimate prize. We don't know what the ultimate prize is. It doesn't tell you, assuming it's Highlander immortality, which is not really much of a prize. And you're an ex-circus strongman, and you can shoot fireballs, much like your appearance in Dragon Ninja, because you are the same bloke. How it works, though, in that game, you're in the real world. In this game, there are monsters. I don't know. I actually played the arcade machine a few times, and when they released it on the Spectrum, it got rave reviews, and I'll show you why. Let's get into it. 1 or 2, so it's 1 or 2 player, not simultaneous. The keys are already set to queue up 8 down, left, P, right, M, fire. So whoever wrote this for Electric Dreams knew the keys of gods. There we go. This is the 128K version. There I am on the left. Now, doesn't look particularly good, does it? You wait and see what happens. Okay, scrolling's a bit, you know, off, but that's not the point why this is great. Have we spotted it yet? Absolutely no colour attribute whatsoever. He's going to throw his balls at me. Ooh, yeah, look, no colour attribute clash whatsoever, which is pretty much unheard of on the Spectrum. So that within itself is a great feat. But what's even better is wait till I get to the buildings and you really see it shine. It's balls hard, by the way. Absolutely balls hard. And they come from both sides. But yeah, collect orbs and you will upgrade your power-ups or your ability to flob fire at people. But yeah, just another one of those games where you just thought, shit. No one likes balls in the face. Well, some birds do, apparently. He just thought, they're only going to do that on the Spectrum. Right, yoink! See, look at those bats! Look at those bats! Right, you gonna do it, you gonna do it, you gonna do it. That thing out, the left behind me, that's a parrot. Oh fuck, I forgot to duck. Right, we'll try that again. But... there we go. Hey! Do I have to jump? Ooh! I got... ah! You've got abilities. Did you see that? I'm really not sure what it does though. If I press enter, I toggle between selecting the ability and movement. Right, they're going to come from both sides. They're going to flank me. It's an enfilade. This will give me multiple spit. Yeah, see, check it out. But look at the graphics, look at the sprites, look at the colour, and look at the complete lack of attribute clash. He's going to lob shit at me. Yeah, you're not learning yet, are you? But yeah, this to me is, again, it's a Spectrum thing. Phenomenal. What's that? Is that a bomb? Don't make bomb noises if you're not going to be a bomb. Oh, I loved this game back in the day. I never particularly got far. I'm pretty sure I only ever got as far as level 2. But look, this is a visual feat and delight of the senses. Is this going to kill me? Oh, hang on. There's only one way to find out. Alonzi? Yeah. Should have gone backwards, shouldn't I, and gone up top. Anyway, on to the next game, methinks. This is Marble Madness, released in the arcade in 1984 by Atari, essentially a mini golf game where you control a marble and you use a trackball. Boring random fact, it was Atari's first stereo arcade game. In fact, was it the first stereo arcade game, period? I don't know. You have a time limit to get from the start to the end of the course where various monsters will try and kill you or knock you off the edge. And in the arcade you used a trackball. Let's get into it. It's 48k only, but it does some impressive things. So it was another game that I loved back in the day. And so in 1986, when it was launched on the usual suspects in this country by Melbourne House, I was absolutely stoked to get it. Now, there were two versions. I had the original version, and there was a deluxe version that gave you a construction kit on the other side of the tape, so you could build your own courses. That's absolutely amazing. I mean, that's like a precursor to stuff like Mercs on the Mega Drive, where it gave you, you know, a remix version of the game. It gave you bonus content as well as an arcade conversion. It's monochromic. It's a 48k game. 0. Alright, I wonder what you were doing there, game. And it scrolls screen by screen, but that's not to say it's amazing achievement. Oh yeah, and very difficult. Yoink! And addictive as hell. But bearing in mind it's 1985, it looks fucking awesome. Wow, is that the training screen? Oh no, it's because it's scrolling screen by screen. I felt that. So it's just giving you your stats. Yoink! Arseballs. It's got the perfect or annoying momentum that the arcade had, which makes it incredibly tricky. But that was the charm of the arcade, wasn't it? And also, your controls on keys don't translate as well. Balls, hey, see what I did there? As a trackball. But it's Marble Madness. It's got amazing reviews back in the day, and I loved it. I didn't have the deluxe version, but I came so much of my life into this game. It was unreal. Let's have another go. That's speeding up noises, in case you didn't realise. Right. Don't those little things there jump on you and smother you and kill you? No, they just kill you. And that granite one there will crack me. No, he did. They killed me, you bastard. Ah! Don't let the fact that I'm absolutely horseshit at this put you off. I did a video on it years and years and years ago that got deleted. Well, I did actually finish the stage. Honest to God, Governor. Right, one more go. But the purpose of this video is to show you these games so you can go out there and experience them yourselves and hopefully be a little bit better at it than I am. Which, let's be honest, ain't gonna be rocket science, is it? Don't go down the hole. Oh, saucy. Thank you. I'm here all week. Could it have done scrolling? I don't know. It's a lot of detail on the screen if you stop to think about it. Ooh, no. Sounds like you're filling up a pint glass. Not a bad thing. Ooh. There we go. Look at that. Once you kind of get your head around the momentum, it gets easier. Anyway, let's get to the next one. This is Dragon's Lair Part 2 Escape from Singe's Castle, released in 1988 by Software Projects, and a sequel to the first Dragon's Lair game released by them in 1987. Only these are basically the levels they could not fit in that of the original arcade machine, the Laserdisc machine released in 1983. I mean, huge amount of respect for them trying to convert a Laserdisc game to the ZX Spectrum, but I had the first one and it was just an unplayable wreck. This, however, for some reason took the scenes from the arcade and made, you know, Spectrum equivalent playable levels. They really, really did. So if, you know, when I say I recommend Dragon's Lair on the Spectrum, I mean this. Part 2. Dirk the Daring, basically rescuing the Princess Daphne and escaping from Singe's Castle. It's Dragon's Lair won the arcade machine, but the levels they couldn't fit in, but done well. Anyway, right, so it's still essentially a quick time event, but it plays like quite a lot of games Spectrum games played like. So anyway, fire is space. Right, so we have to ride the rapids. Now it does what the arcade does. It looks really nice, by the way. It sounds great. It's 128K. And it gives you an arrow. So it's not throwing you to the wolves. So you press the direction, but you keep your finger down. Now you're thinking, oh, that's easy. Yeah, trust me, it gets a lot harder. And also, it's still a reaction game. This is, I don't know, first level, it's kind of, yoink, breaking you in. But I think this looks brilliant, you know? Oh shit, if you don't do it quickly enough, it takes control of you. But yeah, again, why you would attempt to do... I understand they did it with Space Ace on the SNES and stuff like that, but why you would attempt to do this on the Spectrum in 1988 is mind-blowing, and also really cool. You could also argue as well that you could just memorise it, but hey, 1988, I was 11. Fuck, not quick enough, and I couldn't even memorise the theme tune to Thundercats, let alone Dragon's Lair 2. Just played this just now and got through the stage. Of course you did, Dave, of course you did. Honest, governor, honest. By the way, Don Bluth was an ex-Disney animator. Look, it mixed it up. It changed. Right, keep your eyes on that. Keep your eyes on the prize. He also did All Dogs Go to Heaven, didn't he? Did he do Five Will Goes West? I don't know. That's irrelevant. This is a top 10 of great ZX Spectrum arcade ports, not Don Bluth movies. Pensive. Wait till you see the rapids. Oh no, we're in the rapids. Wait till you see the whirlpools, then you understand that it gets a lot tits frisky. Yoink! I think it's looked lovely. Got my Spectrum beer goggles on again now. Right. No, I pressed the wrong button. Ooh, you recovered. Look at that. You can press the wrong button and come back. Oh no, I didn't. Right, go on. Yoink! Behold, shit's about to find your face. Again, I just think this looks lovely. This one, not the first one. I've got full control now, haven't I? Yeah. Cooking on gas, cooking on gas. Look at that, look at that. Move, move, move. Yoink! I'm in Townsville, I just went for a wall. Saucy! Oh, more of them. Anyway, let's get to the next game. I've played this one long enough already. Next is Turbo Outrun, released by US Gold in 1988 and based on the arcade machine of the same name, released by Sega in 1987. Going with automatic. Now basically it's a driving game. It's one of the better driving games. It's no Chase HQ, and while it doesn't have the sort of charm and nostalgia of the original Outrun, it's got a lot better pace. Alright, your car's a little big, but it doesn't make it unplayable, and who doesn't want to drive through a town where your car is physically bigger than all the obstacles? I remember buying this back in the day and getting a free Ferrari F40 model with it that I still have, and yeah, I mean it's different from the original Outrun. You don't get to choose, you know, branching routes and stuff like that, but I just got a massive amount of nostalgia for it, and I think it honestly, and you got a turbo, my gauge is the bottom right, but yeah, I just honestly think it is one of the better, not the best, but better driving games on the ZX Spectrum. I think it's graphically really, really nice. It's as good as the original, slightly quicker, just you don't have the same sort of charm to the car. Turbo gauge, top right, you can, you know, oh, I've overheated it. Shit. Don't think there were convertible Ferrari F40s, but there should have been. See what I mean? I can actually go under the bridge and it doesn't slow down. And that's why I think this is a good port. Because like I said, it's got, you know, turbo. No, not just that. It's got pace compared to the original. And I don't hate the original. That's been in one of my previous lists. I do really like that game. I just think it suffers from frame rate, the right descriptive term for a Spectrum game? Anyway, suffers from that. Whereas this is nice and jolly and quick. Again, it's no Chase HQ, but Chase HQ is seminal and certainly head and shoulders above every other driving game on this system. And indeed, other systems, and indeed, other Chase HQs. But this video is not about Chase HQ, so yeah, Turbo Outrun on the Spectrum, I really do recommend it. And let's get into the next game. This is Xevious. It was released by US Gold and developed by Probe Software in 1986, but it's based on an arcade machine released by Namco in 1982. It's a very early shoot 'em up. It runs on the Gallagher hardware, but obviously it does something completely different. In fact, that you've got not just aerial targets, but ground-based targets that you can hit with an alternative fire, which is bomb. I played this arcade back in the day and absolutely loved it. You could call it kind of simplistic against other shooters at the time, but we only got to play what was in the arcades we visited, and so when it came out on the Spectrum, it was a no-brainer that I would buy it. And it plays a pretty decent shooting experience. It's really, really, really smooth. As I said, you can consider it sort of limited compared to other shooters on the Spectrum, but hey, it came out before, you know, R-Type, so it's not its fault, right? Here we go. So basically it's 16 scrolling stages. That's it. Fight aliens. I love a good simple shoot 'em up. Right, we're going to go with keyboard. I love it. See, why did some games in 1986 not let you define keys? Sorry, I'm waffling off tangent because this is just a list of 10 arcade games that I really like and you should try out. So here you go, you got fire and then you got bomb. Now, much like most Spectrum games at the time, maybe to limit the size of the screen and keep the speed up, you'd have a whopping great bar at the side giving you your stats. Some would say somewhat unnecessary. I would say, meh, what are you going to do? 4, let's get into it. Right, it's a 48K game. But yeah, so you got a crosshair which flickers in and out, but if I stop firing, it will stop flickering in and out, and there you go, you use it to bomb the ground. So I could be wrong, I'm just saying I hadn't played one before. Is this one of the first games to give you ground and air targets that you would have to use different, you know, types of modes of fire to hit? But yeah, it's super smooth. Yes, it's monochromic, but hey, if you not, you know, expecting something different from this video, apart from Karna at this point, hey, play to the Spectrum strengths. But yeah, I really, really like it. Maybe because, like I said, it was one of the first shoot 'em ups I played in the arcades. This was back in Minehead, and also because it was one of the, you know, games I bought with my own money, which often gives us fond memories. But that aside, it is a really solid, great port of the arcade game because I have played it since on MAME, and I'm always impressed, you know, especially for a US Gold game, at how well it plays, and you know how, you know, good it looks. Because come on, that's silky smooth scrolling right there. I mean, you can argue that there's a lack of variety in the enemies, but that's the arcade game's fault, not this lovely Spectrum port's fault. So yeah, I would definitely recommend this, especially if you like your old school shooters. Oh, hang on, mixing that up. See, you got you know, the markings from the ground in the arcade as well. This is a really, really competent port. Yoink! Oh, they mixed the sprites up. They got stealth mode. They had to call in the US Air Force, didn't they? Right. Ooh, and obviously there are bosses, be it a big fuck off saucer, but right, okay, let's get on to the next game, methinks. Boom. This is Mikey. It was originally an arcade machine released by Konami in 1984. It was ported to everything in 1985 by Imagine. It's generally considered to be one of the best arcade ports, specifically because it's such an early game on the ZX Spectrum. Basically, you play Mikey, you're in high school, you have to go around various classes, locker rooms, canteen, etc., and collect hearts to, well, win the heart of your girlfriend, Mandy. It's absolutely balls-horrifically hard. So the fact that I can't play it very well, by the way, yeah, that's the Beatles. Copyright. What was copyright in 1984? My gameplay is not going to be the best reflection of it, but I have managed to get a few screens in. I doubt I will in this gameplay. But it's just such a great port. Right, redefine keys. Hello? There we go. Right, up, down, left, right. Shout. I can't really remember what shout does, but you basically, the first room is a classroom and you'll be chased by the teacher and you've got to knock people off their seats and collect the hearts. Not everyone has a heart, but let's get into it. Right, and then you leave and then you're in a corridor and then there's different stuff, so go right. Oh, there you go. I'm not even going to say what that looks like. Oh, and he locks on like a bastich, mind. And then he'll start throwing his teeth at me. There's an act to it. There's an act to losing him as well. Ooh. Ooh, jeez. Oh, bollocks. I guess I'm not a jock. I can't outrun him. Let's try that again. I don't know if the hearts are random, but look at it. Look at the colour it's got for such an early game. Your hearts are represented at the top of the screen. Ass! Shouldn't say that with the act it looks like I'm doing to remove them from their seats. I'm probably missing a trick. There's probably, you know, something to do with the way the seats light up or whatever. Honest to God, there are other scenes. Hey! Oh, open. Does that mean I can go? No, I've got to do that first, haven't I? No, I haven't. I don't know. This is a really... Balls! Like I said, I suck at this game. This is a really, really good representation of the arcade machine, honestly. I've just noticed that... I missed that heart. One of them is actually a jock. Ooh! It's when he locks on like this, I don't know what to do. Oh, I just realised, you get the hearts, you spell the word open. So they're not hearts. Oh, fuck. How can he outrun me? I'm a youth in the prime. I'm fucking Ferris Bueller. I should be like Grease Lightning. Piss off. Oh. Wonder who came up with the idea for this game. It just seems random. Well, this is why I love the 80s and arcade games. Shitbirds. Oh, no. In fact, what does shout do? I'm not even stopping to find out. Piss off! Ah! He threw his teeth at me! I'm calling a social worker! That's not cricket! Balls. Well, there you go. Trust me, there's stuff after this. I just suck at it, but it's definitely a game you have to play. You get open, you go up to his desk, and then you leave the door, basically. Anyway, next game. This is Black Tiger, released by US Gold in 1989, but based on a Capcom arcade machine of the same name, released in 1987. Got a kind of ghosts and goblins sort of medieval thing going on. You play a knight, you have to walk around an 8-directional dungeon to explore by jumping, climbing, stuff like that, twatting enemies, finding keys, unlocking chests, and rescuing wise men who will give you the ability to upgrade. Now, it says Black Tiger. In Japan it was known as Black Dragon, and that arcade I always frequented in Westwood Ho had this, and it was Black Dragon there, and I really loved it. I sucked at it. I mean, so many types of enemy, balls horrifically difficult, just a great sort of exploration platformer 20 fighting game. Right, let's get into it. Right, okay, hello. Right, a sec. I don't know why the sound is so quiet, so apologies. You will hit traffic noise outside, but hey, if you want to buy me a sprawling mansion in the country, be my guest. Right, key, right, up, down, left, right, fire. Sorry, Monkey Spaz, if you do watch this. Fire should be M and not space. So, I'm a knight. My vitality is top left. You will see those signs that give you a rough direction where to go. Bottom left is your sort of power-ups and the keys you have. And you've got a time, I've just realised. You fire, you've got a mace. I'm not sure how your shield works, but you also throw daggers. It's monochromic, but it does do a really strong resemblance of the arcade. Smash pots, find out what's in the pot. Sometimes pots will contain slime, so be careful. Oh! Balls. Did I take a hit? Yeah, I took a hit. It's not like I took 3 hits, but this may not look it, but this is impressive because this, once again, is the Spectrum. You know, companies like US Gold, in this case, Tiertex developed it. Producing, I got a key so I can unlock the chest. There you go. Yeah, producing it. Well, I think it was a case of license anything you can, even if kids probably haven't heard of it. Because unless you went to seaside towns like I did back in the day, you probably would have never seen this arcade. Snake over there, kill him. There you go. The blendings is monochromic, so be careful when you jump. But you probably wouldn't have seen this. But people, oh, like I did then. You know, it was licensed anything, and this was a good game. It got good reviews, good, you know, really good, strong reviews, and I liked it because I was lucky enough, well, you could twat his magic, to play the arcade game. Jump, there's a wise man over here, and he'll give me, he looks like a very small Yeti, the ability to buy stuff, but you got money, and if I try and buy, like this, try and buy something, you jest, my friend, because I can't afford it. Where's my money? Alright. Thank you. Can I afford that? Yes. No. Now I've got to exit because my time's going down and my vitality is fucked, and it's probably going to bump me all the way back. I like the way it takes so long to say you jest, my friend. Eating up your time in this store. Buy that and then we'll exit. But yeah, please don't bump me back to the beginning. But you know, again, I got Spectrum goggles on, but this is a really good port of a obscure arcade game, I would say. Am I killing him or just giving him a haircut? No, I'm killing him. But it's just the fact that it's big and it's sprawling and I'm dead. Balls! Oh, and that's like the arcade. Hey! I like that. Ooh. Get used to your range of jumping. And collect everything. And keep your wits about you because it's monochromic. But that's no reason to, you know, doubt its greatness and glory as a conversion. Shit, 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 shit. I thought that was a wall I couldn't go through. Again, I'm not doing this game any justice with how crap I am at it. Ooh, but I do recommend it. It's why it's on this list. Oh, which way to go? It's a fuck off thing from... I'm having complete brain farts. The movie with Rick Moranis. For Little Shop of Horror. Oh, hello, Yeti man. Right, can I buy health? I want to buy health. No. Alright, you don't stop eating over time. Thank you. There we go. Right. No, I want to the blue one. My time in the store. Store should run like this. It will stop there being lineups, you know. With it, you got fucking 2 minutes to buy shit and then get out. There we go. No, oh, fuck it. Let's just get out. Your prices are too inflated. Must be Brexit. Oh wait, that's bullshit. Oh, sorry, politics. There we go. Boom! You stood in there, vitality-wise. Again, like I said, get used to the jumping because you overshoot easily. Like an overshooting I got ya. Oh, I got ya. Like an overshooting bastard. Don't hit that! Rock monsters. Oh, I remember you. Yeah, you do exactly what you do in the arcade. I guess my shield did something. Oh, fuck it. Run! Oh, I forgot you can jump. Jump and twat. People, it's the future. Jump and twats. Not to be confused with the jumping twats. Yoink. Shall I even be here? Ah, you bastard. Ah! Scheisenberger. Anyway, honest to God, ignore the fact that I'm shit at it. It's a really good port of a really good, obscure arcade game. Anyway, on to the final game. This is the final game. This is Athena. It was originally an arcade machine in 1986 by SNK. I never got to play it back in the day, but I did see it. And once again, that brings this thing when you're a kid to know that someone ported one of those things from the arcade to your computer and you had to play it. It was ported by Imagine to all the usual suspects in this country in 1987, and it's a side-scrolling platformer beater hack and slash that's balls horrifically hard. I sucked at it then and I suck at it now, but the point is I want to show it because it's another arcade port that came to the Spectrum, and there were so many. Right, oh, and I do remember it caused a shitstorm, random fact, back in the day, because the full page advert for it in all the Spectrum and, you know, Commodore Amstrad magazines back in the day had, because it's based on Greek mythology, had Athena, who basically goes into a castle, opens the door she shouldn't open because she's bored and falls into the fantasy world, and her dress gets nicked or something. She has to fight all kinds of creatures. But the magazine advert for it had a lady in a bikini, and all we can say is it was cold on that day, and it was painted, but it was artistically incredibly accurate to the female form, and it was one of those, you know, oh my god, you're warping the minds of kids, but all the kids were just like, whoa, mama. Right, get into it. I'm gonna suck at this, but I wanted to show it graphically. It's lovely. Right, 5, right, left, down, up, fire, pause. Correct? Indeedy. Right, 1. Right, so that's my life on the left. I have no idea what it is on the right. You collect stuff, I believe, and stuff like that. It's the 128K version. Let's go. World of Forest. I'm resisting all kinds of jokes saying that. Right, so I can twat. Jump then. Ugh, everything comes on both sides. It's so hard. It got really good reviews back in the day. But it's so hard. That didn't stop us from enjoying these games. We didn't even, I can necessarily get very far in them, but we still played them. Yoink. Right, can I get up there? Or do I have to chop blocks? I have no idea what that just achieved. Oh, the ability to jump really high. I'm going to leave those blocks there because those annoying little shitbugs on the floor. Ah! Like I said, don't let my poor gameplay put you off these games, because it's not their fault. I'm awful at them. Plus also, kids today say games are hard. Look at this. We were playing these on keys. I have bollocks. No, I don't have bollocks. I'm Athena. I have no idea what that was that hit me in the end and killed me. Oh, jump. Everyone looks like... Right, best way to fire is to stay still. I've just learnt that the hard way. But look at it. I guess it's accurate to the arcade. From what I remember watching people play it, they cussed a lot and it was fucking hard. Climb up. Right, we didn't mess around, did we, in the 80s? Funny thing is, I could get further on it as a kid than I can as an adult, which, to be honest, is particularly true of everything you play as an adult. Doesn't help that the enemy are intangible, does it? You can, ooh, go through everything. Some sort of speed dash would be nice. Controls are a little bit more sluggish than I remember. Get up! Than I remember. Oh, someone's flossing. Yes. Gotta press space. Yes. Apparently. Oh! No, don't try and duck when you're on that. Everyone, oh god, I'm thankful that I'm not a Greek god or goddess, because shit finds your face rather quickly back then, doesn't it? What's that? Can't collect it. Oh! Yay, it is graphically very nice. It's a shame it's so balls hard. Oh! Look at that. I'm mining for ore. I'm fracking. Oh, fuck it. Well, I'm going to call it quits there. Not the best representation of this game because I suck at it. But another 10 arcade ports on the ZX Spectrum you may not know about, or do know about. I've tried to mix it up with some you might recognise and some you don't, whether it's on the Spectrum or in the arcade, but it's just another video where I want to show how fucking hard stuff was back then. But, you know, the limitations of the Spectrum did not stop. People were trying to port these sort of, you know, ambitious arcade games to a mere 48K of memory. Anyway, as always, thank you very much. I'm shit at this. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you later.